Hi, great to see you all again. As we get older, we need to make decisions that will affect our lives. Some of these decisions may be smaller, such as deciding what to wear to school or what to watch on Netflix. Other decisions may feel bigger and can have a greater effect on our lives. This might include deciding to break up with a partner or friend and deciding to be sexually involved. Today, we are going to learn a three-step decision-making model and practice making healthy decisions. We will focus specifically on decisions that relate to sexual involvement, but we'll talk about other types of decisions too. When it comes to making decisions about sexual involvement, it can be helpful to think about your boundaries and limits before you find yourself in a situation where you feel pressured. Although remember, it's never okay to pressure another person to be sexually involved. We will practice thinking through decisions and communicating our decisions assertively. But before we get started, let's review the ground rules. Respect each other's ideas and opinions. Do not tell personal stories or ask personal questions. Everyone should participate as much as possible. It's okay to pass. Clapping pattern equals stop and listen. I know when we first started going out, we both agreed that we wanted to wait until we're older to be sexually involved. But it's been 6 months now. It feels like that conversation was so long ago.
Yeah, I know. 6 months is a really long time.
I really like you.
I really like you too.
I think maybe we should go further.
What do you mean?
Some of our friends have been talking about having sex. Maybe we should too. We wouldn't be the only ones. Aren't you curious what it's like?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I've heard some of our friends talking about it. I guess I'm curious.
Whenever we have a decision to make, we need to think before we act if we want to make a healthy decision. The three-step decision-making model has easy-to-remember steps we can use. These steps help us reach a healthy decision that feels right for us and aligns with our boundaries. Let's go over the three-step decision-making model. Step 1 stands for slow down. You have the right to take as much time as you need to make a good decision that feels right for you. When you have a big decision to make, it's important to slow down. This may mean breathing and even counting to 10 so you can give yourself time to pay attention to how you are feeling. You have the right to take as much time as you need to be sure you're making a decision that is healthy for you. Step 2 stands for think through each option, whether it aligns with your boundaries, values, and feels healthy for you. Think about all of your options. Then determine if each option is healthy, aligns with your goals and boundaries, and is right for you. When it comes to making big decisions in your life, it can be really helpful to talk through your options with a trusted adult. We will practice step 2 in just a moment. Step 3 stands for make a decision and communicate it assertively. Check back in with yourself later to determine if it was the right decision for you.
After thinking through all your options, reach a decision that feels healthy, aligns with your boundaries, and is right for you. Be sure to communicate this assertively with anyone else that may be involved in the decision. Remember, in a healthy relationship, your friends or partner should always respect your boundaries and your decision. Once you have made this decision, reflect and check back in with yourself to see if it still feels like the right decision for you. You may decide later that a different decision feels like a healthier or better choice. You can change your decision if you want to. For this next activity, you and your group are going to imagine you are a person who wishes to wait to be sexually involved and must decide what to do. Go through the three-step decision-making model to reach a decision as if you were the person in the scenario. Remember, step 1 is simple. It's to slow down. On this worksheet, let's focus practicing step 2 and step 3. For step 2, in your group, make a list of your options and write down what is healthy and unhealthy about each option. For step 3, reach a decision and then reflect on why that decision felt like a healthy choice. You may not all agree on step 3, and that's okay. For this activity, go with what the majority of your group would do. Feel free to refer to the 3-step decision-making model poster in the room. You will have 7 minutes to go through the model and come to a decision. Once you reach a decision, it's important to be able to communicate it clearly and to other people. This includes your friends, boyfriends, girlfriends, or partners. Let's review assertive communication so we can put this into practice. We're going to watch a short video clip to remind us what assertive communication is. Being assertive is when we clearly say what we want or how we feel without being hurtful to the other person. Remember, we said your response should be firm but respectful, and your body language should match your words. It is important to face the other person, look them in the eyes, and use a clear, firm voice, but try not to yell. A few lessons ago, we practiced communicating our limits assertively, but there are times when saying it once is not enough, especially if the other person keeps asking or using pressure. Sometimes we need to use other strategies when we aren't being heard or respected.
When you're feeling pressured by someone, it's important to try and be as firm as possible. At the same time, try to be respectful of your relationship with that person. Keep in mind that if someone is threatening you or trying to force you to do something, respond in whatever way will keep you safe. Don't worry about keeping that relationship. You want to get as far away from them as possible. Assertive communication can be hard, especially when you like the person. That is why it's good to keep practicing. It can also be helpful to talk to a trusted adult about how to stick to a decision you've made and how to communicate it effectively. For the Learning Outside the Classroom 8 worksheet, you are going to work with a parent, guardian, or a trusted adult. You will think of some pressure lines you've heard from school or among your friends, teammates, or classmates. Together, think of assertive responses to the pressure lines. Practicing how to handle pressure ahead of time can make it easier if you find yourself in that situation. This is our last lesson together. We hope that you learn new information and skills that help support you in your future. Thank you for listening and participating. Goodbye.